So I know that I talk a lot about um, a plant-based diet and eating raw plant materials and alkaline foods like that, and I generally don't like meat-based diet. I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in a very long time, and I don't recommend eating meat. So I get asked why don't you eat meat? Because I never really talk about it because I don't like to really put one side down. There's nutritionists that base their food off of animal products, and there's ones that base it off of plant products. I base everything off of plant products. I never recommend, almost never recommend animal products as part of a complete nutrition source. But and that's because I don't like to put down another way of thinking. But I do want to go over why I do recommend a plant-based diet over an animal-based diet. And it's something that people find very confusing because people are brought up that you have to have meat. Meat is an essential part of life. You have to put that in all your meals. I mean, nowadays we pretty much eat meat with every meal. I mean, people have breakfast, they'll have bacon and eggs or something like that. Then they'll have a ham sandwich for lunch or a steak dinner for dinner. And it's just included in all our meals. And we wonder why we're sick. The human body, our digestive tract is completely different from that of a carnivore. If you look at, for example, a lion can't eat a plant-based diet. Their digestive tract is completely different. It's short and it's very acidic, and they take in that meat and they don't chew it. They just kind of swallow it whole, and that short digestive tract takes everything from it, breaks it down, and they shit it out. But we have a long digestive tract. Our upper intestine is, some people say, like 15 feet. It's a very long, slow process, our digestion, and it can take up to a day depending on what we're eating. In that time, when we consume animal products, when we consume meat, for example, like a steak, that's sitting in there and fermenting and rotting in our system, that broken down things which our body can't properly digest, so it's half digested, half not, because we have a completely different set of digestive chemicals in our stomach. So we have this meat in there that's fermenting and rotting, and that's where we get in the parasites come in and live in there, and then they eat that, and then they excrete the waste from that, and then that poisons our whole intestines, and in the end we just get this very polluted system. The average person, the average adult, has about 15 to 20 pounds of undigested raw meat in their gut. I mean, people want to lose weight. You want to get those six-pack. Think about that. You've got 15 to 20 pounds of undigested, rotted, half-decomposed, parasite-filled raw meat or cooked meat in your stomach. And that's what's putting on the pounds. That's 20 pounds right there. You go on a cleanse, you stop eating meat, that's 20 pounds you're going to lose. Just like that. And that's maybe an inch or two, depending on how big you are, even more, off your midsection, off your thighs area. Okay? We don't have the digestive system to digest animal food properly. Not only that, but the way we treat our animals is ridiculous. You go to one of these farms, it's probably the most sad, disgusting places on earth. They have animals that can't even move. They're fed all these hormones, they're fed growth things, they're fed an unnatural diet that's designed to make them fatter and bigger, but not provide them with nutrition. So first of all that nutrition that we want is not in there because they're not being fed it in the first place. Second of all, they're stuck there. They can never walk. They have the most depressing, sad life you can imagine. And that goes right into their food, into their meat, into their body. Someone that's depressed their whole life is unhealthy. You're eating an unhealthy animal. And you're taking on all that emotional baggage. People wonder why there's so much anger and hate in the world. Well, there's a lot of different factors, but a lot of it comes from the food that we eat. Why are so many youth depressed? Why are so many adults depressed? No one likes what they're doing. They're putting in garbage into their system that's filled with this negative energy, this depressed energy. You think that the animal doesn't know it's going to die? You don't think that it watches all its friends and brothers and sisters get killed right before it? it feels that, it sees that, and it feels this terrible, depressed sadness, and that goes right into you when you eat their food. You are what you eat, whatever you eat, and that includes emotions and energetic frequencies, becomes you. You build your body out of that. If you're wondering about that, look up Dr. Emoto and how emotions and things like that affect liquids and waters and solid matters. I might do a talk on that later. But anyway, that's not important right now. So, by eating this meat, first of all, you're not digesting it properly, so you're creating all this extra fat and this rotting, decomposing where mold grows, and that's where disease comes from. Then you're taking on all this depression, you're getting sad, and you're, first of all, contributing to this poor suffering of this animal, which not only is unethical, but it's destroying the earth. People wonder we have such a big pollution problem. The amount of greenhouse gases produced from cattle alone is equal, if not more, to that produced by cars and trucks and planes. It's all right here. We've got to start by eating a plant-based diet. We want to get rid of that depression. We want to get rid of that extra pounds. We want to get rid of that lack of energy. We want to have energy. We want to feel good. We want to experience life. We've got to get rid of what's making us sad. We got to get rid of that whole system of depression and sadness where we abuse other species to benefit ourselves, and we take in that energy. And as I said, we don't need the protein from them. You saw my other video. If you haven't, search that up or subscribe. Find that video. You don't need protein from meat. There is really no benefit to eating meat. It doesn't have that much good. It doesn't have the great source of protein anyway.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna